It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in today's Team Fight Tuesday, man, it's been a little while since we've done a couple of these. In today's Team Fight Tuesday, I thought I would mix up a couple of heroes here. On the mobile version of the game, you can see this is the Facebook version of the game, and we are going to be max testing on Facebook because that's how you can max test. On the mobile version of the game, Sebastian is the hero of the month. Also, later on in the month, Orion is an event hero. So I thought it would be fun to do a team, maybe mixing up a couple of those over the course of the month. There's also Faceless, and we've got Yasmin as hero of the month on Facebook as well. But a really fun team that uses Sebastian and Orion is using Sebastian and Orion, lost my train of thought for a second there, is the Dorian Orion Helios team, the Homer Simpson team, or the ODH team, or whatever you want to call it, with Sebastian in as support. And this team doesn't beat everything, but it does beat some things. It's kind of fun. It's particularly strong on defense. Might be a version, you might be able to use this on defense, but the reason why this is so strong is because it protects some of the weaknesses of this team. So let's just kind of run through here. First, we're going to fight the quote-unquote Bob team. This is the team that I used to use a ton of. Dorian Orion Helios doesn't typically do well against this team in particular, but that's okay. This game isn't about teams that can fight every single team and win every single time. It's just not going to happen with Dorian Orion Helios. Not a very strong matchup against Kark teams. Yep, just it is what it is. Where Sebastian could prevail pretty well is against those twins teams that uses Jorgen. And also, just as an aside, while we're building this team up here, I do want to state that max testing on Facebook doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't even tell anywhere near the entire story. So much can go wrong between where you are at level 130, level 120, whatever, and what this is providing as max testing on Facebook. First of all, skills are different. Sebastian's different, Anvari is different. Several heroes have been reworked on one platform, but not the other. Case in point, on Facebook, Sebastian is particularly strong against the twins because Sebastian blocks all negative debuffs. Right? So the watermarks don't apply to this team. So this gives this team a chance. It also blocks curses on the mobile version of the game. But it is important to mention, you can see here, this team does do better against the twins, but ultimately, more often than not, this team will lose. Usually you have to stick Kira into a Dorian Orion Helios team in order to win. But you can see here, just adding in Sebastian on Facebook, the Dorian Orion Helios Sebastian team with Astaroth. You could probably use Aurora or maybe Cleaver or other tanks here, does defeat the twins. And there's a lot of variants of both of these teams, but this one in particular does beat this team, this twins team in particular. It would probably do well against the Celeste variant instead of Martha. Hard to really say what it's effective against, which twins variants are effective, because there's just so many. We have problems with Satori, right? Orion has problems with Satori, but does it with this version? Another fantastic perk of Sebastian on Facebook is the ability to remove Foxfire marks. So using Sebastian, and again, I apologize to you mobile players, but Sebastian is different on Facebook than on mobile. Using this Sebastian here, we're able to clear the debuffs off of our Orion. You can see he's gaining the Foxfire marks, but before Satori can ultimate, you can see Sebastian cleared off those marks. And is it enough to defeat this team? Is Sebastian adding in just enough? You can see Orion is doing lots of damage here. Luther is staying up though. Astaroth fell. Luther, the tanks are down. Damage dealers are down. So this is not enough. This is not enough. The combination of Luther and Anvari doing plenty of damage, or Anvari doing damage on the front end and Luther doing damage on the back end, not quite enough. Now, this version will beat a lot of Satori teams. The standard, like Astaroth version, probably will beat that one. This Luther version is more geared towards taking out Marthas, more geared to taking out Kark teams. And, similar situations where you need to, attack that back line and harass that back line. But this Sebastian variant could be effective against other Satori variants. All right. Now, the Dorian, Orion, Helios team is extremely strong against Kira teams. And just like I mentioned earlier, rock, paper, scissors, everybody has a counter. Now, let's see if I can find these heroes. Here we go. Everybody has a counter, and Kark is destroyed by Kira teams, but Kira teams are often destroyed by Dorian, Orion, Helios teams. For the most part, they usually take them out, especially whenever there's a crit component, like when you're using Sebastian or Jet there in the back. Of course, this is the Facebook version of the Blender. The mobile version of the Blender doesn't exist anymore because they swapped position of Sebastian and Nebula and no longer gains that attack buff, that advantageous attack buff. So we're going to use a little different mobile team since on Facebook here, the lineup is staying the same. And this is still a very strong, viable Kira Blender team on Facebook, by the way. The Anvari, Kira, Sebastian, Nebula, Jet team, because the positioning is still good. But Helios counters this team pretty hard. So let's take a look at a mobile Blender team. This is another version of a Kira team. This is just one. There are many, many, many Kira teams, but this is just another commonly seen Kira team. And you can kind of see in the back there already with Sebastian and Jet, the enemy is going to be critting a lot, which does not bode well for them if you have Helios on your team. But will Cleaver slow down Helios enough? Probably not. So you can see Kira's down, then tanks, and then it's just kind of quickly after that. They just can't stand up to it. So you can see, just like every team in this game, there is not a single best team. However, the Dorian, Orion, Helios team does benefit from this fourth slot right here as an alternate slot to support, throw in different heroes. You can throw in Celeste here. You can throw in Jorgen here against enemy Galahads and Cleavers. You could throw in Nebula to boost the damage a little bit if you need it. You could throw in a second tank like a Rufus to counter some more magic attack, maybe an opponent's Orion, Dorian, Helios team. And this might be one of the better Dorian, Orion, Helios teams on defense because of the protection that Sebastian provides. Remember, Sebastian isn't just helping those teams that want critical hit damage. It also does prevent a little bit of debuffs from happening. More debuffs on Facebook than on mobile, but it does happen, when it counters Jorgen, counters other heroes like that. So let me know in the comment section down below, what is your favorite Orion team? What is your favorite Sebastian team? We will continue to do Team Fight Tuesday videos over the course of the month. I do miss doing them. Let's try the Satori team without Luther. I do miss doing these quite a bit. I think that they're a lot of fun. Is it this? And then, what is it? Celeste, I think? I think this is another version of Satori. Let's try this out. Satori 2. We're going to try this one out just to see if it can counter it. And then we've got Helios, Astaroth, Dorian, Orion, and Sebastian. So the idea is that Sebastian is going to protect your Orion. So let's see how it goes. You can already see no Foxfire marks being accumulated on Orion. And Orion gets extra Foxfire marks because of his bonus energy. Oh, he almost died there. But you can see that the Sebastian is clearing them off pretty well. So it looks like it's more of an evenly matched team, but the Satori team is still a better team overall in this respect. It's not going to be enough damage to finish it. It might be the case that, if we fought this fight 10 times, that the Dorian, Orion, Helios team might prevail overall. But just goes to show, Satori's a great counter to Orion, even if you have somebody that'll remove their debuff. So this has been a fun Team Fight Tuesday. I'm looking forward to getting back and doing some of these. We've got Hero of the Month on Facebook is Yasmin. Hero of the Month on mobile is Sebastian. So we'll probably try a couple more Sebastian teams. And of course, we've got Faceless Orion. We've got 2 new heroes coming to mobile in the next couple of days that we're going to do some fun team fights for on mobile as best we can. Doing the best we can. But until then, check out some of these other team fight videos having to do with Sebastian and Orion. If you check those out, we'll hang out in that video. If you don't, that's cool too. Consider leaving a like on this video if you found it helpful. Don't forget that I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.